Not in the way clickbait headlines try to sell you a miracle product or some overnight success story. No, this is something much deeper, much more personal. Kind of realization that hits you not when you're on top of the world, but when you're sitting alone in the dark, wondering why you still haven't changed your life. We live in a world obsessed with motivation. It's everywhere. Flashy Instagram reels with epic soundtracks, YouTube montages of shredded bodies sprinting at sunrise, speeches telling you to grind harder. For a moment, it works. You feel that spark. You tell yourself, this is it, I'm ready, no more excuses. And maybe you go to the gym for a week. Maybe you wake up at 5 a.m. for a few days. You write down goals, feel inspired, even productive. But then the spark fades, the fire goes out. You sleep in once, skip the workout, delay that project, and before you know it, you're back where you started. Except now you're more frustrated, more disappointed, and more convinced that maybe success just isn't for you. But here's the truth. It was never about motivation in the first place. Motivation is emotional gasoline, burns hot, fast, and disappears just as quickly. It's exciting, but unreliable. It cannot carry you through the long, boring, painful process of growth. It won't help you show up when no one is watching, when your goals feel 1,000 miles away, or when life punches you in the face. What you really need is something deeper, something solid. You need discipline. You need commitment. You need a reason that doesn't vanish when the music stops or the hype fades. Motivation might get you moving, but it's identity that keeps you going. Think about it. A person who sees themselves as someone trying to lose weight will always be chasing the goal, always leaning on motivation. But someone who is healthy, not trying, but identifying as a disciplined person, will behave in line with that identity. They don't need motivation to eat clean or train daily. It's just who they are. So the real question isn't how do I stay motivated? It's who do I need to become? Success, in any form, comes down to mastering boredom. That's it. Anyone can work hard when it's new and exciting. But can you keep doing it when it's repetitive? When there's no applause? When no one's cheering you on? Because that's what most of the journey looks like. Quiet, thankless, invisible effort. The gym doesn't reward you on day one. Your body looks the same, your energy might even drop, and the soreness reminds you of how far you have to go. Starting a business? Same thing. You'll launch into a void, get no clicks, no support, and plenty of doubt. Learning a skill? Weeks pass before you see the tiniest progress? That's where people give up. Not because they're incapable, not because they lack talent, but because they expected motivation to carry them. And when it doesn't, they quit. But those who understand this secret, they thrive in the silence. They don't rely on being in the mood. They rely on systems, structure, and self-respect. Motivation asks, do I feel like it? Discipline says it doesn't matter. Let's be honest. You won't always feel like working. You won't always feel confident, inspired, or ready. But discipline steps in when emotions step out. It's what turns intentions into actions, and actions into results. This is why high performers in every field follow routines. Athletes, artists, CEOs, they don't wait to feel inspired. They build habits that operate regardless of mood. It's boring, unglamorous, but effective. Here's the part they don't teach you in motivational videos. The days you don't want to do it are the days that matter the most. Those are the days you prove to yourself that you're not controlled by fleeting emotions. Those are the days you build resilience, integrity, character. Anyone can train when it's sunny and perfect. But what about when you're tired, overwhelmed, and unmotivated? Winners show up anyway. That's the edge. That's the advantage most people will never develop because they keep waiting for a feeling instead of committing to a standard. And this doesn't mean you should be robotic or heartless. It means you should stop negotiating with your goals every time life gets uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. It's the deal. If it was easy, everyone would do it. So how do you actually make this shift? Start small, but start consistently. Forget the grand gestures. Forget the all-in approach that burns you out in 3 days. Instead, master the art of showing up every day, no matter how little. 10 push-ups, 1-page read, 15 minutes on your craft. These small wins stack up fast. More importantly, they change how you see yourself. Because when you prove, over and over, that you can do what you said you'd do, even when you didn't feel like it, you stop seeing yourself as someone who tries. You start seeing yourself as someone who executes. This builds confidence. Not the fake kind that comes from hype, but real, earned self-respect. And that's the fuel that lasts. You don't need motivation to brush your teeth, right? Why? Because it's automatic, habitual. You do it because it's part of your identity. That's the level you want to reach with your goals, where it's just what you do. No drama, no emotional roller coaster, just consistency. And the beautiful thing, you don't have to feel confident to start. You don't have to wait until you're ready. You become confident by acting when you're not. You earn readiness by doing the work, not before it. This journey is not about hype. It's about humility. It's about deciding that you'd rather be respected than admired, that you'd rather be reliable than excited, that you'd rather build something real than chase quick highs. And yes, you'll fail along the way. You'll miss a day. You'll fall short. But if your identity is rooted in discipline, you'll bounce back. You won't spiral into self-loathing or throw away progress because of one misstep. You'll understand that discipline isn't perfection, it's commitment. It's showing up again and again and again. So if you're tired of starting over, stop relying on motivation. Build systems, build discipline. Build a version of you that does what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. Because the truth is, no one is coming to save you. No speech, no video, no surge of inspiration will carry you to the finish line. But you, the consistent, disciplined version of you, will. The version of you that doesn't need permission, that doesn't wait for motivation, that simply shows up. Every day you stick to your routine, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. That vote matters more than how you feel in the moment. You're not just building a skill, you're building a legacy, a reputation with yourself that says, I can count on me. That's how real transformation happens, not in bursts. It's not in waves of motivation, but in quiet, steady, daily actions. So, stop chasing motivation. Build discipline. Build habits. Build a life that doesn't depend on inspiration to function. Because the truth is simple. Motivation is temporary, but who you choose to become is forever.